The name's Bond. James Bond.
Hello guys, Turbocharged 51 over here. I hope you're having a splendid day wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Building the Ultimate Track Toy, this series, Season 2, Episode 4. And today we're going beyond classic, but we're going tasteful classic, not a big horsepower, big engine McGee American muscle. We're going British classic, and we're going the direction of 007 himself. Guys, can the Aston Martin DB5 from 1964 be an actual track toy? Can Bond, James Bond, be quick, fast around the racetrack? Let's find out. But before that, let's see how the one looks that we will be using. And guys, actually with this one I kept like a very big British theme, because the car is painted in British racing green. That is like, I've never been a fan of cars earlier than like the 80s. I'm a retro 80s and 90s guy. That is like the cars that I like the most. Well, 80s to mid, no, 80s to late. You can't do like splitters and side skirts and everything, so we've basically got a rear wing and some dropped suspension to keep us on the ground. Stage 1, 2 and 3 weight reduction, a high lift camshaft. The ports have been polished and ported. The engine has gotten its balanced tuning. It's been stroked up, it's been bored up. It's got a carbon fiber prop shaft. It's got a racing clutch and flywheel. It's got a racing intercooler, a high-end torque supercharger. No turbos here today. A supercharger. Racing air cleaner, racing exhaust manifold, racing brake system with slotted discs, as well as the racing brake pads. And then it's got the nitrous, of course, which will not be used because we're doing a time attack theme. Fully customizable racing transmission, a fully customizable ECU, 200 points of downforce is what that rear wing will generate for us. Racing soft slicks, fully customizable suspension, and a fully customizable differential. Now, as you guys will look, if you look towards the left of the screen, you will see that we are close to 700 horsepower. I'm not kidding. Close to 700, 678 brake horsepower. On a car that weighs 1.15 tons, less than 1.15 tons. The question is, will it handle? You can have all the power in the world. If your car can't turn, it's not going to go quick around a track. But without further ado, oh guys, just look at the mate. I want to fast forward the inside. Look just at how amazing this car looks. Yes, I know it's not vintage classic because it looks a little bit modernized. Obviously, we had to do that to try and make it a track toy. But still, even if you look past the rear wing, or you can't seem to look past it, this is still a stunning car. Like, this is coming from somebody that generally thinks modern cars are prettier than vintage cars. This car is absolutely stunning. This is British beauty at its finest. But now we're going to throw it around a track, and it's not even going to go home like the previous cars that we drove in this season have. The Beamer went home to Germany, and the Mitsubishi and the Honda. By the way, you guys don't want to miss those episodes. Go check them out. Like, trust me, if this is your first time watching this series, go check out those episodes. You will not be disappointed, I guarantee it. But the Mitsubishi and the Honda went home to Japan, and we took the Beamer to Germany. This one going to the same destination. Unfortunately, it's not going back to England. But can it perform when it's not in its comfort zone? We're going to find out now. So let's head straight to Tsukuba. So, my beautiful, wonderful TurboNatics, welcome to Tsukuba. And just to remind you guys, the cars this car will be compared to is the cars currently in 1st place, 5th place, and 7th place, the FK8 Civic, the E46 M3, and the Lancer Evo 5 GSR. Now, I don't think this car's going to have the capability on a short and very twisty track like this to get close to a four-wheel drive car like the Lancer. I think it's going to struggle to even get close to the FK8. But we've had, throughout the creation of this series, had some absolute shockers. So let's get straight into it and see what the Aston Martin DB5 will do. It's a car from the 60s, guys. I mean, seriously, let's see what it can do. And this big steering wheel might throw me off a bit because I'm used to all these small steering wheels. Oh, hello, rear end. Here we go. Oh, wow, she fast. Not really a dramatic sound, though. It sounds a bit as if it's got, as if it's still got a muffler, but it's got a racing exhaust. But okay, let's see if it actually goes fast, even though it doesn't feel fast. Oh, it's very, what's the word? It feels like an American muscle car. It's very, doesn't want to turn. Like it's very front heavy. Oh wow, the rear came out heavily there. Let's keep it out of the wall. Keep it out of the wall. Keep it out of the wall. Oh, okay, that was interesting. Well, we've lost this lap. Let's see if it smokes the tires in first gear actually. Oh, easily. Okay, didn't smoke it there, but you guys get the point. It, like, lights the tires up in first gear. But okay, first lap's in the bin. Let's try for lap number 2. We've got a wonderful 5 laps to get this going. Okay, come on, Aston. Oh, the lap around the Nürburgring is going to be very darn interesting. Okay, this is going to be a sketchy boy McGee to drive. Oh, it doesn't feel at home on this short track at all. It might be a different story on the Nürburgring, because we saw with some of the other cars that they felt completely at home on the Nürburgring and not at all at home on this track. Okay, we actually made it this time. Oh, but these slow speed corners, the car feels so lumpy. Here we go. Okay, what will the first decent lap in the Aston DB5 be? Okay, here we go. It's not a very high revving engine though, but you can really push it to the limiter. That was a good exit though. We maintained the traction there. I'm going to keep it in first this time. There we go. Oh, beautiful. Come on, turn in. There we go. Starting to figure it out reasonably quick though. Ooh. Yeah, that was a horrible exit coming out of there. There's a lot of time still in this lap, guys. Like, there's honestly so much time still in this lap. There we go. Come on, Aston! We've only got 2 laps left to do this, my guy. Not as good of an exit as the previous lap, but we know where the time needs to be gained, and it was very similar. Chuck it in there, chuck it in there. Short shift to third. There we go. Still not enough though. We lose too much time in that middle part. That third lap, middle section of the lap was awesome. So again, it's going to have to be a last lap wonder. Here we go. Oh, beautiful, Aston. Okay, come on, we've got this. Oh boy. Here we go. Come on, we've got this. Beautiful! Come on, what an exit! Don't mess it up on the final corner, Turbo. Don't mess it up on the final corner. Slightly wide as we're sideways over the line in proper stick fashion. Oh my goodness gracious me. Okay, this car doesn't feel as fast as some of the previous cars, but it's very clear that it is fast. And this car with nearly 700 horsepower is gonna come alive on a track like the Nürburgring. But firstly, I'm gonna show James Bond how to do donuts in a DB5. Because my name's Turbo. SLR Turbo. Woohoo! Can we keep it? No, that's too fast. Okay, I'm digressing, guys, but this is fun. We should maybe do a drift build with this, just to see what happens. Hold the phone. Hold up, Mr. Bond. What are you doing, son? What are you doing, G? Guys, exactly a tenth slower than the M3. That is shockingly fast. I thought this car was gonna be like R5 turbo times. Nah. It's just slower than the M3. The M3 might be in trouble here, but besides that, I didn't change my racing suit for this episode. Now our driver looks worthy of the vehicle we're driving. We've even got a James Bond movie themed helmet, the Spectre film, with a suit on. A racing suit, but it looks like an actual suit. And it's got gentlemen on the back, fused with the Gran Turismo logo. Oh man. Okay, now we are dressed to impress, but we're taking the car to a track nicknamed the Green Hell. But in any case, the Aston Martin DB5, are you ready for your toughest challenge ever? It's not a freaking guns blazing action movie scene where you're gonna get shot and stuff. You need to survive the Green Hell. Are you ready, Aston Martin?
The name's Bond. James Bond.
The name's terrified. Extremely terrified. Welcome to the Nürburgring, Aston Martin. Guys, I don't know. It was close to the Beamer on Tsukuba. I don't know how close it's gonna get here. The only thing is I am terrified to try and even get this car around this track. So I don't think we should waste time, because I think we're going to be sitting here for multiple attempts. But let's get straight into it, and let's see how fun this Aston Martin can be around the best track in the world. 280, 290, oh dear lord. Woohoo! No, turn you! I am so sorry, Mr. Bond. I just damaged your, probably your most prized possession. There's not scratches that I can see, but it might just be the sun that we don't have on that side of the car. Attempt number 2, here we go. Oh boy. No. Guys, this is gonna be a task and a half. Oh my goodness gracious me. Come on, Turbo, it can't be that hard. Attempt number 4. Here we go. Okay, now we're cooking. Now we're cooking in the kitchen! Lost a bit of momentum there because I broke a little bit too late, but nothing too bad. This thing is a missile in a straight line, clearly. Hubba-dubba-doo. Keep it stable, it feels phenomenal. Little bit too quick on the downshift there to second, but it's all good. That was very wonky out of there because I was too throttle happy, but it's all good. Oh, I forgot to greet the Red Bull tree. Hey, Red Bull tree, how's it blooming, buddy? Guys, I know it looks undramatic. Trust me, it's not. Oh, we could hit that so comfortably. Oh, hello. Here we go, man. That was sketch. Come on, supercharger torque, carry me through. Oh, holy crap, you did. Woof. I think this is where this car's actually going to gain a lot of time with all that torque from that supercharger. Because this thing revs, man. The game said I should have I should have hit the brakes for that corner. I didn't. Is that stupidity or bravery? Maybe both. There we go. Oh, the torque of the supercharger. Come on, baby. Oh, crud. We kept hold of it. We kept hold of it. There we go. Come on. How's the carousel gonna feel? Oh, my goodness gracious me. asked you one favor! Oh, this feels good, man. Okay, don't do an Evo. Didn't do an Evo. Oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. Oh, not as big as of error as I thought it would, but this next part, oh my goodness me. Oh! No, no. Hit the brakes. Guys, I have to stay with it. I have to stay with it. I kept control there. Oh, but damn it, I lost a lot of time there. And completely missed the apex of that previous corner. Don't spin it. I say don't spin! Come on, let's go, boy. Okay, we've got one terrifying section left. Actually, two. The kink at the end of the straight, as you guys see, the speed just keeps climbing, and the uphill twisting braking zone. Oh, help me, help me, help me, please. Help me, help me, help me, please. Here we go. This is still not a slow time, man. Oh my goodness gracious me. Stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it, stick with it. If it wasn't for the comfortability of this car over the curbs, I would not have made that. And I messed up that final corner so bad. Oh. Wow. Guys, man. Even though that was tough as nails, that was fun. That was really fun. For a vintage classic car that I thought was going to be impossible and no fun whatsoever, I am genuinely impressed with this Aston. Like, this car, like, hyperly exceeded my expectations. Wow. I consider me impressed. Okay. I'm gonna take some blame here. Hopefully 007 shows some mercy towards me. But I'm gonna take some blame here. Because that lap, I easily, with the mistakes I made, cost this car 3 to 5 seconds. And if you deduct 5 seconds, again, it's sniffing E46 M3 gearbox oil. Like, literally. Whether you want to call it gearbox oil, exhaust fumes, the point is it was sniffing the rear bumper of that M3. This car, for a car which is now, what's this? 74, 84, 94, 04, 14, it's a 60-year-old car. 60-year-old car, and if any of you in the comments say, why did you have to count that? It's, again, late at night. My math brain is not mathing right now. Point being, a 60-year-old car competing at this level. Yes, it's almost got 700 horsepower, but it handles like a muscle car. And it did that? Oh my goodness gracious me. It's faster than the Civic. It's faster than the S2000. It's faster than the Lancia Delta. It is. It is. Okay. First thing that I want to get into before we actually rate this absolute piece of art. Guys, apologies for the replay cameras this episode. I don't know why. Gran Turismo, the PS4 version of Gran Turismo does this sometimes, where the replay cameras glitch to a permanent onboard camera. Luckily it was a cool view with like the inside of the car, but besides that you guys didn't get like the cool outward action shots, so I do apologize for that. I rebooted the game twice and it still did it. So I even switched off and on my PS4, it still did it. So yeah, apologies for that, but I still think it looked pretty darn cool. It really actually suited with the theme of the video with like the 007 Aston Martin. Point being, let's get into rating this DB5. Now, first of all, speed. Guys, the one thing that this thing did a lot similar to the BMW was it made high numbers feel so comfortable. You realized you were traveling a very significant speed with this car when you got to a corner, even more than the BMW because it's so front heavy and it tends to just want to keep going straight. This car would be epic for a drag racing build, just so by the way. If you could put some Nicky Thompsons on the back of this thing, it would absolutely fly and decimate 95% of the stuff that hits the street. But that is not what we're here for. We're here to try and build the ultimate track toy. And I think Mr. Bond did a very good job here. I think old James proved that this Aston can run with modern cars. Now, speed, however, it didn't like blow my mind away like the Honda did because it felt so comfortable. It just felt so darn, you know, yeah, I can do this, big what. I've got missiles in the behind the front lights. It's all good. It's all good. We're just doing a quick 300, 280 to 300 kilometers an hour. And that was honestly shocking. Yet, it still wasn't slow. So for speed, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10, which I feel is a darn good rating considering, again, this car is technically 60 years old. 60! Just think about that for a minute. Then, handling. Now, handling, even though the car feels like an elephant is sitting on the bonnet, I didn't have any problems, like major problems. I figured out how to control the corners, the oversteer on corner exit very quickly. Like some cars, it's very hard to manage the throttle because the power is instantaneous. For some other reason, this thing wanted to rev, and like any car that you build for track purposes, as soon as the car got a bit unstable by hitting curbs or the track got very bumpy, the rear would tend to kick a bit, but it wasn't near to impossible to counter it unless you went onto the grass, which we saw in our failed attempts. But besides that, with this car to stop the understeer, just brake a bit sooner. Yes, it costs you time, but it doesn't mean that it can't take corners extremely comfortably. Remember, before we started the lap, I said the name's terrified, extremely terrified. I really, after the like second fail on the third attempt, I was like, okay, I realize what I'm doing wrong. I can't send this car into a corner as late as possible as some of the previous cars because it's got that very heavy front end. It's gonna want to keep going straight, brake earlier, get the car turned in, and apply the power smoothly to stop the oversteer on the rear end, to stop the rear tires from spinning up. And as soon as I figured that out, you guys saw some sections of the Nürburgring, I absolutely aced it with this car. And it felt good. It felt like a Rolls-Royce, a missile-powered Rolls-Royce going around the Nürburgring. I loved every second of it. This car managed to take comfortability and fun and smush it together. And that is something that's very rare on this game. So I really appreciate that. But for handling, I'm giving the Aston Martin the exact same score as speed because I can't give it any less. 7.5 out of 10. It wasn't mind-breaking to try and figure out how to just get this car to do what you want it to do. It's not that hard. And as soon as you figure it out, you can risk it for the chocolate biscuit. You can absolutely throw the kitchen sink at it and just send this car to Narnia. And that was so much fun. Oh, that angle. Oh my word, this car is stunning. Now, because the car was so easy to figure out, handling wise, I don't feel it's got a big capability factor. Again, we use this category if we put this car into someone else's hands, this exact build, this exact car, into someone that's a lot quicker and consistent than myself and really wants to dive into the tuning. That's the three things. I don't think if I get the closest to perfect wise lap in, I don't think this is going to be on another planet level faster. This car is not tough to figure out. It really isn't. So for capability, with that in mind, I unfortunately score it the lowest of the season so far. It only scores a 5 out of 10. Guys, I had so much fun. Just like the Honda, the previous episode, every attempt that I failed, I couldn't wait to hit the restart button. So with that being said, I had more fun in this car than in the BMW. I had more fun in this car than in the Mitsubishi. Although it comes to the Honda, which I adored, I even had more fun in this than in the Honda. I am 100% honest with you, and for that, this car scores the best fun factor of the season so far, and it scores a 9 out of 10 for fun factor. It was, guys, like I said, it's for me, it's almost impossible to describe. I just love it. I just love it. And I would drive that lap over and over again, whether I'm 20 seconds faster or 20 seconds slower. That is just how much fun it was. That gives the 1964 Aston Martin DB5 a total score of 29 out of 40, and another average score within the 7s with a 7.25 out of 10. Which means, on the leaderboard, and guys, again, next episode we're halfway with the season. Oh my goodness, this is going so fast, but it's so much fun. I don't want to stop making these. I don't want to stop with this series. It's so much fun. So the leaderboard as it sits now: in first place, you've got the 2003 BMW E46 M3 with a score of 7.5 out of 10. In second place, you've got the 1998 Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 5 GSR with a score of 7.375 out of 10. The car you see on your screen now, the Aston Martin DB5 from 1964, slots in to the third and final podium position with a score of 7.25 out of 10. And bringing up the rear of the field is the 2020 Honda Civic Type R FK8 with a score of exactly 7 out of 10. Guys, we haven't had a car that has gone below or above a 7 yet. That is actually shocking. The cars this season are so closely knit together, and I love it. It's going to make for such an epic season, and the battle for these top 5 positions are going to be fierce. It's going to be fierce, and I am here for every second of it, just like you should be. And the only way you're going to stay here is by hitting that subscribe down below. And also, don't forget to ding that bell to never miss a future video, short, or live stream here on TurboFox Racers. While you're down there, make sure to click the like down below. I guarantee myself that I have earned it, because this was a damn fun and very well themed episode, if I have to give it to myself. And then also, don't forget to go check out the links in the description down below. Go hit me up with a follow on social media and check out the second content page. Guys, that's been this video. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for staying till the end. What a car. Definitely the most beautiful car of the season so far, and my favorite episode of the season so far. Definitely. So with that being said, remember, your mind is to be stronger than your feelings. Stay beautiful, stay safe. I love you guys. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you guys for whatever video, short, or live stream is next. Cheers!